me and
me.
And you.
Yes. All right.
It works?
So
yeah.
There. Okay. So let me quickly introduce myself. First of all, thank you everyone for coming to our first meetup, and I really hope this will work out. So my name is Ahmed. I'm a senior software engineer at EPAM. So together with our colleagues from AWS, we're basically trying to build the community around the AWS and its services. So he and Misha will be covering basically some talks about its services and stuff like that. So who are we and what we do? So this is basically the community which is built upon the enthusiasts who are really interested in the cloud technologies. So those are basically the people who really want to, for example, learn something about AWS, or, for example, do some trainings, or even it may even be some people who really want to do some certifications and stuff like that. And I really do hope that Misha will be covering more about that later on. And it's also basically the community about about us, right? So the cloud enthusiasts and us basically trying to build the trainings and do some talks about the whole thing. Misha, would you like to add something about the community?
From community, consider community to you, actually. This is people who are come to our meetups in Tashkent and maybe in other cities. So you are going to migrate some cities within Uzbekistan on other country. You can join user group or create your own, and we will support you there as a community builder. So I will talk about later about the community builders, but yeah, community, it's all you. Thank you for coming here on our first meetup, and
yeah, well, thank you. Yeah, so so currently our basically the core team around this user group is so me and Tazik. So these are basically the people who you may know from the RS school as well, and the Zaf. That guy, and it also might be you. So if you really are interested into building communities or teaching someone or basically doing some trainings or something like that, please join us. And we're trying to basically expand our group, the core team. And I think if we cover the people from different areas, it would be really, really interesting. Yeah, so about the plans for the upcoming year. So from the get-go, we actually have a plan to do about 4 trainings or 4 meetups. So for in meetups, we may even do some, let's say, workshops or do some talks about some services or stuff like that. And we really are actually will be focusing on to our audience, who are basically the novice people who have 0 to none experience or know nothing about AWS. And so we're basically trying to help you guys to learn something, because cloud is basically something which is really, really let's say, getting more and more popular. So yeah, about the offline workshops. So we are actually planning to do some workshops, and we may even do that somewhere in this university as well. So the workshops will be based on specific services of AWS. For example, let's take really small or really basic service, something like EC2. And we may, for example, start from setting up the IEM service and then go to the EC2 and basically just do some hands-on stuff. And we basically trying to help you guys to also excel in cloud as well. Mm-hmm. And yeah, so if you have some ideas, or you may probably also have some like ideas how to grow the community, or you may want to hear some talks about some service or stuff like that, please, we are always open to any suggestions. Feel free to approach us, and we'll be basically we'll be trying to work on that as well together. Yeah, so that's it actually.
One note regarding why 4. So currently on next, thank you very much. Starting from next year, we have, like, if we think that this is like live user group, so not, so some of user groups is currently after COVID not perform well, and if you don't have 4 meetups during the year, we consider it's not an active user group, and we stop supporting this community. So that's why we trying to set up 4 meetups per year inside the user group. It's help you are have supporting from AWS in this case. And I think like 4 meetups, it's not a big deal.
It is doable.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It is doable. And yeah, so one more note, by the way. So maybe you are already working with AWS. Maybe your company is working with AWS. So the user group is not only about, I mean, it is about the members of the group, and also it's about the, let's say, the community, right? But it's also about the company who are potentially, let's say, interested in, for example, moving on to cloud, or like doing some let's say some like start using some of the services of AWS. So if you have, for example, if your colleagues have some questions, or if your company are interested in, let's say, having some let's say consultancy from the AWS, then it's also about the user group as well. So the user group is basically the place that can be that you can consider as actually like the first source of your information about AWS in your local community. Speaking that, I think it's actually it from my side, and I want to.
Great, thank you.
Yep, thank you, and
yes.
To Misha. Thank you.
Yes. So actually, we have number of programs which are we using for helping local user groups, and the main and core it's our AWS Heroes, Community Builders, and user groups. So currently, we are in the 3rd one. We inside the user group community, but this community, this program help you to increase your knowledge within AWS and start growing with our services, and maybe start visible for solution architects, right? So if you are presenting on meetups, posting blogs, recording video, help educate and do workshops within your location, so you are like visible for us, and it will be help you to join one of these programs. So the most, so we have like other communities. I just want to notice here AWS certified global community. Somebody have a certification from AWS? Oh, yeah, yeah. Great. So you maybe know that we have community for guys who have certification, and there you are doing some stuff. They send you a lot of emails, and you need to do something there. Actually, I have the same emails there, but I try to put it in the separate folder, actually. And we have repost. So the repost, this is like a very good website. Do you know what is repost? Repost? Oh, great. So Stack Overflow. Who knows Stack Overflow? Oh, right. So repost, this is the same thing as Stack Overflow, so but around AWS. And if you have question regarding the services, how to connect there, you can go there and at repost put your question there, and we have a special community and within essays, right? And even service team can come there and answer your question. So this is like bridge for service team. For example, you have like troubles with the Lambda, you put the question regarding Lambda, and guys from the team can come and answer your question. This is like totally direct to our services. Okay, and we support number of platforms to chat with our community. And currently we have number of Telegram chats, and in Georgia we have a Facebook. But in most countries we try to set up the instant chats like Telegram to help you connect between each other, and we also there and try to help you, educate you, and answer some question when we have time between customers. And we try to involve our customers within this community because they are sometimes have not a private question. For example, general question regarding the situation within country. And community so fast helping our customers to understand what the problem is. And this is very useful to join the community within chat and ask the question there. The example was 1 week ago in Kazakhstan there is a high ping to AWS services, and everybody have like troubles. And just imagine that if you don't have any chats within Kazakhstan to ask this question, you can go to support if you have support at AWS, or your solution architect, which located in Munich, like me, for example, and ask, hey, what happened with me in Kazakhstan? I have open VPN and I can't, from Uzbekistan, connect to AWS. Actually, I don't have such problem because I'm in Germany, but community can help you because they are in the context of the problem, and maybe they have similar. And we understand that there is the problem with the local provider who are trying to set up some kind of firewall, and they are increase the latency to the services. And that's also it's like fixed after 2 days. And this is like useful to join chats and ask their questions. I need some water. Yeah. This is yours. Ah. Okay. Okay, so core community. So community, it's not only people who are sitting there here, but this is like global community, and you can join different chats for interesting. For example, you are interested in Kazakhstan, so you can join a chat in Kazakhstan and try to set up discussion or ask question there. And actually, in Kazakhstan, we just run outpost, as Mike said. And as you see, the most valuable community is AWS Heroes. So we have only 246 people there, and this is like very distinguished engineers who are not part of AWS. They are work in different companies, but they do a lot of stuff to promote AWS using services. They know better, so I have separate slides regarding that. So let's dive deep there. And we have community builders and user group leaders, right? And you can actually join the core team and try to become the community leaders. And I have a slide with benefits, what you have, and maybe you want also to join it. And currently we are all user group members, and currently you there. You are one of 540K people who are within user groups. And heroes. So heroes, this is like best of the best who are promote our services, and we are very strongly think around these people and provide better benefits for them. But the main reason is that nomination. So in heroes can be nominated only people who are solution architects or someone from AWS, and you, for example, already know 2 solutions architects from AWS, and if you do the great stuff, you can ask us, and only we can nominate you to become AWS hero. And there are a long list of candidates from AWS heroes, and only a few people from this list become the hero, because they have like huge process to nominate and approve it. But you have like benefits there. If you are true user AWS, so you have early access for our services. So sometimes we are not presenting services, but they are in like private beta, right? And this is the people who know about this service. They can join to private beta, try it, build some stuff, write video, prepare blogs, and after the release or something, like if we are starting a talk about it, you can just post video. For example, you maybe noticed that when Apple, for example, released a new iPhone, a couple of guys starting video to how they're using, how they test it, and this is because they are early access to this iPhone. They test it, using it, and try to create this blog post regarding how it's great, I think. So, and you have like internal heroes community which help you to iterate with all these people around the world. And I think this is like good point to go to our interview, right? So if you're a hero, so maybe you're the right person for developers advocate. Yeah, so we have also not only a solution architect, we have developer advocates, and today our developer advocate come to Tashkent.
Right
yeah, he's flying. Yeah, he's currently flying from Kazakhstan from the DevOps conference. Community builders. So this is like second layer. So it's too long, right? Yeah. So AWS community builders. Community builders, it's a lot. So it's like not so strict requirements as for heroes, but also you need to do something around the blog posting, education, write the videos, and all this stuff to promote AWS. And you also have like like benefits for getting access for credit. So AWS can provide you credits for using AWS for free. So that means so you can use like trying new services and not paying for them. And
I think just one important thing to note here
yes.
in the terminology. When we say credit, we don't mean that you need to return this back. So credit is kind of like money that gets assigned to your AWS account, and that you don't need to return, that you can spend on AWS services.
Yeah. So, but we call it credit, right? And you can access to our education platform. Currently, it's a Cloud Academy, but we have like a skill builder, yeah. And currently, we're moving to skill builder there. And exam vouchers, so you can get exam voucher and pass the certification. Here also social media, blog post, open source project, videos. You set up your list, put to our advocate and developers advocate, and he understands that yes, you are doing something great for AWS, and he can promote you. User groups. So currently here we are. We have a lot of them. So we have 365 plus user groups, and this is +1 because this is like first meetup, and this is great. And actually I have great map here. Here we have in Kazakhstan one community builder, right? And I think, yeah, so we need to put in something in Uzbekistan. Yeah. Okay, so and actually you can join, talk, present, blog post, social media, help guys to organize these events, and you can do that. Actually, user groups we have a lot, and +1. This is great actually. And for user group leaders, we have like private community. Actually, I don't know. Private community. Also, we have AWS credits, swag, and all things that we have for our leaders. And a lot of photos from meetups, and I hope we need to do photos. Yeah, group photos. Yes, and how we are working with user groups. So we help with support, content, credits if it needed, marketing. If we have office in the country where we set up user groups, so we can provide the space for organizing meetups. But most of the work line on our community leaders, and they need to organize events. So we can propose some topics or already done presentations, but yeah, and we can come to meetups and speak. So thank you very much.